Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy B Mahari here, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast. Huge shout out to the LDBC and the boxing community. I mean, we saw an epic display of boxing skills tonight with Caleb Plant and Vincent Fittenboots later tonight. Caleb Plant uh, completely dominated Fittenboots. He basically dominated for the full 10 rounds and basically got him out of there within 2.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes to go in the 10th round to defend his IBF championship. Major salute to DB. Much love to you, my brother. Now, I want to get my 2 cents on the fight here. Obviously, I had Caleb Plant win this fight within 10 rounds. You know what I mean? I mean, to be honest with you, I thought that Caleb Plant could have got him out of there within the fourth or the sixth round, but he kind of just took his time. He really did a good job of establishing his jab though in the beginning of the fight and utilizing that jab to set up his combination punching. He really did a good job of doubling up his left hand, using the left hook and then converting the left hook into hooks to the body and also a left uppercut. I mean, it was a really excellent display of boxing skills. Salute to Feigenbutz. He tried his best, but I knew that he was going to be outboxed by more of a slicker and much more of a dangerous combination puncher in Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? And the crowd in Tennessee, came in, with major support for Caleb Plant though too. So shout out to the fans in Tennessee. You understand what I'm saying? But I was really impressed of how Caleb Plant, with his defense, using his shoulder roll and using his slickness to avoid those punches though too. To be honest with you, Feigenbutz was not gonna hurt Caleb Plant though too, and he had no chances of touching him though too, because every time that Feigenbutz tried to set up these hits punches, Caleb Plant was move to the side and get out of the way of those punches. So he really did an excellent job. You understand what I'm saying? Of basically, playing using his defense, stays using his slickness to get out of the way of those punches, but at the same time, utilizing the jab to set up his combination punches. Now, with that being said, I'm still anxious to see how Caleb Plant does against a pressure fighter like a David Benavidez. And I'm really happy that the fact that this guy called out, David Benavidez, saying that, hey, we've been waiting for this fight for a long time. Let's make the fight. Why not? You understand? Now, I don't know if the fight is going to take place this year. That would be very interesting to see if it happens this year, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think most likely that David Benavidez is going to face his mandatory. Now, again, he's a WBC and the Ring Magazine champion. Now, to keep this in mind, the WBC prefers unification title fights over mandatories. Okay? Now, if David Benavidez can somehow get an exemption from the WBC to make the fight happen with Caleb Plant, then you know what? I am all in on it. 100% all in on that. You understand? It's the fight that we all want to see at 168 because, listen, no, with no disrespect to Callum Smith, though, Callum Smith is, see, this week, though, the Ring Magazine had Callum Smith as the number one pound for pound fighter. Actually, that's the number one super middleweight, I should say, in the division. And I had a problem with that because, with no disrespect to Callum Smith, he hadn't fought. He hadn't fought nobody yet. You understand? He hadn't fought nobody of any significance. Okay, and the bottom line, and also the truth of the matter is, De La Hoya and Canelo were trying to lowball Callum Smith into a fight, and Callum Smith said no. So, the bottom line is, we don't know who's the best fighter at super middleweight because right now we're coming down to at least, three. Basically, the three of the best right now is basically Plant, Benavidez, and Smith. So I'll be very anxious to see of who gets the opportunity to fight either one. You know what I mean? The one thing that I'll be very anxious to see from my perspective, at least when it comes to a guy like Caleb Plant, is how can he handle a guy with who's a bit bigger in David Benavidez, all right, who's a bit bigger and basically is a stronger fighter than Feigenbutz. I mean, let's be honest there too, because Feigenbutz wasn't really going to hurt him. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, though, guys, at the end of the day, you know, you know, Caleb Plant did his thing. He outboxed, Feigenbutz and got him out of there in the 10th round. So, it really was an impressive performance, an impressive display of combination punching, slick defense, and utilizing his jab and footwork. Now, like I said before, Figure Boots wasn't applying a lot of pressure. So the question is going to be if he applies, David Benavidez applies pressure and starts hitting him with his right hands though too, and tries to circle and tries to cut off the ring against Caleb Plant, how will he adjust to that? And how will we try to maneuver against a bigger and a stronger David Benavidez? Because I'll be honest with you, as I love Caleb Plant, he's one of my favorite fighters, but I'm more concerned of how he can handle that against a bigger and stronger fighter. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, congratulations to Caleb Plant. He did his thing and he did a really, really good job. You understand? While at the same time, I was also watching the NBA All Star festivities, though, too. I was so disgusted at the slam dunk contest. Aaron Gordon got robbed in a big way, but I'm going to discuss about that tomorrow because there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to get off my chest, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But at the end of the day, though, guys, David Benavidez and Caleb Plant make the fight happen. If it happens this year, I'm all in for that. But if we have to wait to next year, that's fine by me. But the one thing is for certain, both these guys want the fight. They want this fight to happen in the worst way because they both want to figure out who's the best fighter in 168. You understand? Now, if Callum Smith wants to get into the mix, start stepping up and fighting one of those guys. Put your belt on the line and let's make it happen. You understand? I mean, it's not that hard, okay? But the problem is he's also being promoted by Eddie Hearn, though, too, so that could be some little bit of problems there. But at the end of the day, I'm excited. I'm excited of how Caleb performed though tonight. But like I said before, I want to see how he'll adjust against the other guys, the other champions at 168, particularly against the bigger guys like the Caleb Plants and the Callum Smiths, though too. That's going to apply, heavy pressure, and they're not going to be, pushed back by his punches. You understand? So congratulations to Caleb Plant. Impressive performance, though, too. You understand? He did his thing in front of a sellout crowd. He tributed his performance and the championship win to his late daughter who died of a rare disease at 19 months old. And when he won the title belt, he basically took the title belt to to his daughter's gravesite and basically dedicated to in the memory of her. So Caleb Plant is a very inspiring story about a person who persevered a lot in his life and now is basically living his dream of being a champion. So can't wait for when Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, get in the ring and fight each other. When that day happens, though, guys, I'm sticking with Caleb Plant all the way. I'm gonna go with Caleb Plant to defeat David Benavidez. You understand, by unanimous decision. Whenever they fight, either this year or next year, whatever it takes, make the fight happen. All right. Even if we had, even if Benavidez has to basically has to apply for an exemption for the WBC to make the fight happen, I'm all in on that though too. And I think the WBC would be in favor of that though too as well. But we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. But there's going to be the bit of the Canelo rumors of him moving down to 168 and facing one of these guys. Canelo's not going to do it. Canelo's just too weak-minded to face one of these elite guys that are basically who are bigger and basically can take his power there too. And besides, Canelo's a small guy at 168, so there's no way he could. Listen, if you put Caleb Plant right now against Canelo Alvarez right now, Caleb Plant's going to stop him within 10 rounds because Canelo cannot take heavy punches against a bigger guy and who has a better, slicker style like Caleb Plant. So that's just my opinion. That's how I think, and I don't care what anyone else think. I think that Caleb Plant can beat Canelo in his sleep. Easy work. No question in my mind. Easy work. So make sure to smash the like button too on the way in as well, guys. So the other fights on the board there too. The Ava fight though too though, man. I want to get this off my chest, okay? Jack Reese is the worst referee in boxing. Like after a guy gets knocked down, you basically start the count, right? You don't just tell a guy, "Hey, walk this way," and then come to me. Like, really, Jack Reese? How are you still working as a boxing referee? But because you replaced the same kind of garbage in the first Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight when you should have counted down the knockout on Fury in the first place. And then all of a sudden, though, too, you tell a guy that basically got his head taken off, tell him to walk to the left, and then come to him. Like, really? I swear to God, Jack Reese is the worst referee in boxing. Hey, Mr. Tito, how you doing, though, man? Salute, brother. Listen, somebody needs to have an investigation on Jack Reese because one of these days he's going to really rake up a fight, and the commissions are going to have to really look at this dude like, what are you doing in the ring? Listen, if he lets the fight go on for too long or he controversially stops the fight too early, even if the fighter is still healthy and ready to go, listen, this guy is, I'm telling you, Jack Reese is on borrowed time, in my opinion. He's on borrowed time. You cannot continue to play these political games just because you're the referee. Your job is to basically protect the fighter. Yes, I agree. But the way he handles situations, though, too, is just, I mean, come on, man. You could do better than that. You understand? You could do better than that. But, it is what it is. But congratulations to Caleb Plant. He did his thing and got the victory. So now, hopefully, we can get the fight that we've been looking for against David Benavidez. And hopefully, not a lot of other political stuff can get in the way of that. But like I said, I'm rolling with Caleb Plant to defeat David Benavidez. You understand? Even if he loses, I'm still going to ride with him, until his career is over. So congratulations to him and basically defending his IBF Super Middleweight Championship. And hopefully we get the fight against, David Benavidez. It's one of my favorite fights that I want to see this year. But if it doesn't happen this year, I have no problem coming in for next year too. But make sure to smash the like button on the way out too, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get some sleep though, guys. But I'll be back here tomorrow to discuss all the All-Star festivities and give you my thoughts on the whole matter though too, which also includes a slam dunk contest, which I felt that it was basically a fixed job in my view. But make sure to smash the like button on the way out though too. So this is Bill Mehari, represent MehariNation Sports Podcast. A major salute to the entire LDBC. You understand what I say? Hey, you whoop, what's going on, brother? Yes, sir. Salute to the entire LDBC, man. Much love to you guys. You guys have been holding that down on this channel, though, too, guys. And I've really, really enjoyed all the love and support that you guys have been giving me on this channel, though, too. But once again, though, guys, Caleb Plant knocks out Feigenbutz in the 10th round to basically defend his super middleweight championship. Television said Feigenbutz should have known when it was coming to the States and beating no black fighter. Yeah, it is what it is. But you know what? I'll stick around just a little bit though too. I'm not going home just yet. So Fastlane says salute, homie. Yes, salute to you, my brother. But yeah, Feigenbutz was basically tailor made for Caleb Plant and at the beginning of this fight. And to be honest with you, I think he could have got him out of there within at least, within the first 6 rounds because, Caleb Plant was hitting him with good combinations. He was leading with his left jab, and he was doubling up a lot on his punches, though, too, guys. So, he was basically a punching bag at pretty much at that point. And then, Feigenbutz was basically swollen up in his eyes. His nose was getting broken. So there was no way that the fight was going to continue for that long. You understand what I'm saying? And now, Caleb Plant did his thing, and he's calling out David Benavidez. So I'm going to close out by saying this. Like I said before, I hope that we get the David Benavidez fight this year. If not, we could wait till next year too, guys. So, but once again, congrats to Caleb Plant on the great victory, though, too. But this is the Bill Mehari, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast. Have a good night, you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.